Okay, so yesterday I didn't even film anything. I even do any TikToks. The day before, all of the ones that I put on just sat there. Nothing was going on. So I was like, and the same with my YouTube ones. They'll just sit there and sit there and sit there. And so yesterday I decided, okay, I'm just going to repost the same ones. I want to see what happens if I just repost it because it doesn't make any sense. Why there's all these views, then all of a sudden they just sit there, and then, and so the exact same videos reposted, and then they started going and getting hundreds of views. So, I don't know what they do to mess with the algorithms or just shadow ban people, and if they shadow ban hashtags or they shadow ban content or what the deal is. It's hard to know. What we do know is they don't want us talking about anything real at all. And one thing is, that I think about is how many people they have convinced that you can be born in the wrong body, and that in this case, don't try and learn to adapt or, come to terms with the body you're in. No, go in and change your body to the other gender. Or in some of these cases, they don't even want gender identity. I don't even know. But the thing is like, fine, more power to you. Do what you want to do. But it's like they don't even consider, where's this lead mankind? That's the creation of the end of your species. I mean, what better way if you want to, have, what is that called? It's like the Georgia joint, those stone things. That I had so much in my mind a minute ago. But if you want to reduce the population, what's the easiest way? Convince them that they're in the wrong body, so then they give up their right, or they give up their ability to procreate. So, how many of these people? Well, some of them, I mean, they want to start doing it when they're, little tiny. Do that hormone thing so they don't start getting them, the repression thing or whatever. So they don't even get to the age to go like, oh, okay, well, I'm a guy now, but I'm going to be a girl, but I might meet someone that I love, and I may want to have my own child, so I better freeze my sperm. Or a girl who's switching to be a guy, is she going, oh, I better go in and do the treatments to freeze my eggs? Is that part of what the doctors even tell them? I don't think so. I doubt it. I mean, as far as they would take it is, we would be down to like the Handmaid's Tale, and we'd have 20 people left on the planet who can give birth or something, and use them like they do for breeders use dogs. Just keep, making them breed, and then, kill them when you're done with them, when they're worn out. That's what they do in these places that are below our feet, that we're not, the places we are not allowed to speak of. That's just one of the places we're not allowed to speak of. But we all know what's there. We all know what's going on. And how many of us are just like, oh my God, it is freaking going to be November tomorrow? My friend in Australia, it's already November there. It's like, Red October, was it like, was there even a bang? Yeah, this is just the slowest moving situation ever. And one of the things I was thinking about is, because, I think about this a lot, like, what does this all mean? Like, what is the point of all of this? Why is there this split in this reality? And, I get, that when you wake up, I don't know, you can kind of get a God complex when you realize, hey, God's inside of me. I'm listening. I hear what's going on. To not be like, hey, I need to help you. I need to help you. Help you help yourself. But it is kind of us, our own selves, right? With this God complex thing that we know better than they know. Because every soul knows where it's supposed to be, what it's supposed to be doing. Much better than I wouldn't be able to tell somebody else. That's why I'm always telling people, like, I can't tell you what you're supposed to be doing or whatever. I mean, I can tell you that you should always be working on yourself. That's what it's all about. The whole purpose of why a soul is born is to work on itself. So I can say, with pretty much clarity that, yeah, you should definitely be working on yourself. But, if you don't feel guided to do that, I can't do anything about that. That's definitely what my guidance says. I don't know. Everybody's got their own. But everybody's soul, right, is where it's supposed to be when it's supposed to be there. And so allowing everyone to, figure this out on their own. And, one thing is for me is nobody came and woke me up. Nobody was sitting there putting pressure on me and trying to show me shit to wake me up. I just naturally did it. It just naturally occurred. I began to question my environment. I began questioning this world, and it just, it just unfolds. So you can begin to see what this place is. But, it's real easy to get caught and think like, well, we got to help others. We got to help wake them up. But maybe they're not supposed to. Maybe they're just supposed to stay in this state. And one thing is, too, is like while we're having this splitting, which is trippy as can be, because, you can notice the differences in the sky, how much the sky's changed. Like, that's not the same sun as I grew up with. The sky's not the same sky I grew up with. The clouds aren't the same clouds I grew up with. It's completely a different landscape. So what I'm thinking is, we have all of these different realities that are happening. We know that there's supposed to be some sort of a split. There's all these people who are showing that the sky is different, that there's new planets they're not talking about. Whole fucking new planets that are right there, that they're trying to cover up with all of the stuff that they put in the skies to block things, supposedly to protect us. No, it's not to protect us. It's to poison us and to hide the truth. So we have new planets that are coming in. We have like a new system that is developing at the same time. This split, right? It is definitely split realities. But maybe these people are supposed to remain in that reality. Maybe that is what their soul is contracted to do, just stay in that reality. And to go experience what, it is like for AI to become part of human beings, for human beings to put their consciousness in other non-living objects. I'm not sure. It sounds horrifying to me. But, maybe that's what some of these souls came to do, or to learn different things, to continue in this reality. Because right now it seems like it's like cards shuffling, like all these realities and the cards shuffling. And, anybody can go in and pick the reality that is offering the lessons that they need to take, right? So in this splitting of these two realities and going into this one earth and the other earth, right? It's like the positive and the negative are splitting apart. And it is like the Big Bang. It's like everything is, it's like a creation. It's like the universe is burping or something, and it's going to just release this energetic Big Bang that's going to change things, right? And I think that's part of that's why it is written about for so long, and it goes in cycles. And this is that cycle of reaching this part where it's going into a new age. But in this cycle, which in the Book of One talks about the harvest and the souls that are going, but this, this is talked about by so many, in so much ancient texts and so many different channelers and mediums and stuff. But when this splits, and one is going one place and one is going to stay and be a negative place, it's kind of like a shadow of what it was. And as it kind of dies away and the positive goes on to develop, because it's the light. I don't know what happens for what stays in the dark. I don't know how it's all supposed to work, but every soul knows where it's supposed to be during this time. And every soul knows who's supposed to wake up. So it's just really confusing, when they keep saying like, oh, more people have to wake up. So we have to have like, how many more people die? How many more people, do we have to have that just completely give up hope because it just goes on and on and on just to wake up these few people that, may never wake up? It may be just part of their soul's destiny to just, not ascend, to stay in this reality, because they're very tied to this reality. So it could be something like that. I don't know. It's the stuff I think about. But it is, trying to make sense of some of the stuff. Like, how does it keep going and going? I mean, how can there be this much stuff that we have seen that they can hold back without it being public? I mean, it really gets you thinking, like, how much information has really been withheld from us for so long. I just saw a video of Scorsese, I'm pretty sure it's Scorsese, and on his deathbed, he was talking about that he's the one who filmed the moon landing. It was all fake. It was all in the studio. And he filmed it. And he needed to get it out there. He needed to tell someone because he carried a lot of guilt about it because it was so dishonest. I mean, it tricked like billions of people. But that's how they are. It's this constant trickery of your mind. It's to just cause so much confusion. It just is like shut your brain down because it is just lie upon lie upon lie upon lie, and trying to keep us from understanding and knowing ourselves, to keep us stifled and controlled, enslaved by these masters of this place, And it all has to do with, questioning your reality and not aligning with what they're telling you, not aligning with this tyranny, not accepting it as part of your existence. When you don't accept it as part of your existence, that's when you start claiming your own sovereignty, your own state of being, the control over your own soul, to know yourself enough to know you're not a part of that. That is the ascension. But, not everybody is ready for that part of it, so I don't know. It's hard to fathom how this has kept going, that 2021 is almost over and we're still just, it's like a snail's pace. It's like, oh my God. And just witnessing so much, it's not like fear. It's not like I'm fearful about it. It's painful. It's literally painful to watch, people just being so tricked by these people. Just give their trust and, this pure part of themselves of trusting these people only to be, wiped out by them purposely. It's hard to watch, very hard to watch. And, and then to just be like, how long is this really going to go on? Like, how fucking long can this fucking go on? I mean, today's 10/31. Supposedly they're going to be taken down on their own special day. We'll see. Supposedly today. And that's the thing is, you have all these people out there who are trying to say this or that. We all have hope. We all have ideas. We all have, our translation of events of how we think things are going to roll out. And, it's hard to go in and listen to someone else's because then it kind of, you have hope. You hold on to their, like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. Maybe that's right. But these keep coming and going, these days and time and stuff. I've even heard people say that this is all some sort of a psyop just to trick people, so to just more of the hopeless helpless and more of this savior complex. But I've said all along, you don't want to think of a savior. You don't want to be like, oh, Jesus is coming to save me. No, you have to recognize you are your savior. It's you. It's your change. It's your connection with the other people. That is what transforms you. That's what transforms society. That's what ascends you into a higher state of being, is the acceptance of others, and that ability to transform is the ascension. It is that learning to love yourself and learning to accept yourself so that you can learn to love and accept everyone else. So you don't go at the world as like, I have these needs, I need you to fill me up. You know, that is what has created all of this looking outside of yourself to feel good. It's all about looking inside of yourself to feel good. And, you know, there is no savior. There's people who think, you know, that Trump is going to save the world and stuff like that. It's not about that. But it's also, you know, this whole thing is about our own personal growth. It's about going through our own traumas. You know, and this is what I learned when I lost everything, when I got my brain injury and I lost everything. Then you begin to see like what is really important. What did I really lose? Did I lose anything that really mattered? I'm still alive. I still have the ability to change. I still have the ability to grow. I still have the ability to have fun, to go out and experience. So what did I really lose? I lost some stuff that was never really mine. So it is a lot to go through, you know, and it seems to be part of this experience on this planet for, you know, especially right now, what people are going through. But it is all of that reprioritizing, you know. It is all of that part of yourself that's trying to pull free of this control system. And, you know, the more that you can focus on yourself, because you try and focus outside of yourself right now on like, oh, this happening and that happening. It is like a whirlwind. It's like everything is just going in all different directions. I mean, we got La Palma about to go. It's going to take out, you know, the whole East Coast. How many people are paying attention over there? How many people are even evacuated? How many people are just going to be wiped out? I mean, they've got this now where they want to do it to 5-year-olds. It's just, this is, and today it was supposed to be, you know, the big solar flash was supposed to be here. I don't know. Maybe some places had some problems, but here it was, so far, it's just big old nothing. Yeah, it's just more of it, just feeling stagnant and just trying to figure out, what about myself? What can I work on about me? How, especially when you get to this point when you can see so much so clearly. And, you know, what is it that I'm supposed to take from this? You know, because it's such a painful, it's in a painful existence to see things clearly. When you can see things that other people can't see. It's, it can be troubling. So, I don't know. All I can keep on saying is, I know the things that happened to me in my life wasn't by accident. And my ability to change that and grow from that, and the resilience and, you know, what it takes in a person to do that, you know, we all have it, but it has been so shut down in people. It's been so, you know, they've been trying to remove the souls from us. It has been so where people just give up. Everything's got to happen instantly. You know, they need instant gratification. They need what is outside of them to give them the feeling of completion, to give them a feeling of acceptance, which, you know, you can't find that outside of you. It's very frustrating, you know, life to go out and try and get those things from outside of you, but you can find them inside of you. You can find resilience. You can find hope and parts of yourself that you didn't even know existed. You will find when you're going through a crisis. That's what a crisis is there for, so you can learn these sides of yourself, so that you can wake up these sides of yourself. And, you know, I mean, I don't know if it's all because we're going to be needing it real soon. Like, I don't know how far this has to go. You know, I keep talking about with my friend, I don't know. I mean, we're going to have to watch 1 billion people die. You know, I don't know. I don't know. We just have to wait and see what happens, and just always keep remembering, you know, it's part of the plan, not part of the plan, but part of your soul's plan. It's everything you experience, you planned it. You planned it before you came in. You know, it's hard to understand, especially like right now, like, why would I do this to myself? So hindsight's always a jewel that you have after a crisis. So, you know, then we can look back and see what we learned. Right now, it just seems like, this never-ending hell. This is literally hell. So I don't know. But try and have a good day, and, you know, just work on you, and just, you know, look at things logically. You know, put down the rules, put down that little scope that they gave you and said, you know, see the life the way we tell you. Put that down and start seeing that, you know, one thing I've been watching this show called Chapel Wait, and of course it's got supernatural creatures, which, you know, I always like, because I always know, you know, that's real. And the thing is a long time ago, they used to know it was real. They knew that there was creatures living amongst them. But it is like that the controllers wanted to convince people that there wasn't. You're all there is. There's nobody out there. There's nothing out there. You know, maybe there's a God in the sky who will save you. But you better do everything he says in order to get there. And then life might make sense. Well, all of that stuff was the creation of an inflamed ego. You know, this ego that was like, oh, I'm all there is. I'm all that matters. Nothing else matters except for me and how I feel. How I see the world is how the world is, you know. It's the creation of narcissism. Just all of the things that they created all come from that ego-driven. And, you know, so when you can pull back from that and start realizing there's a whole world out there around you, and you can start seeing the magic and start realizing that the natural world, the world that they told you was the real world, was a manipulated world. The supernatural world, the world that's out there that is beyond imagination, that is the real world. So, you know, focus on the supernatural, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.